morning, good afternoon, or good evening. If you are in periods 1 or 4, then the date is 12:10. If you are in periods 5, 7, or 8, it is 12:11. And today is going to be our intro to Scatterplots. Today is going to be our intro to Scatterplots. If you were successful in class on Tuesday and Wednesday, hopefully you will feel successful today, whether it's Thursday or Friday. So the first thing that I want to do is review the different types of slope. The first thing I want to do is review the different types of slope, because if you don't know that, I'm not saying finding slope, I'm literally saying positive, negative, zero, undefined. If you don't know that, you will not be able to do this. All right? So remember, the two biggies that we're going to use here are positive slope, which if you have a graph, would go up as you go left to right. A positive slope would go up as you go left to right. So that bad boy is a positive slope. All right? The next one that we're going to review is a negative slope. The next one is a negative slope. So again, if you have a coordinate plane, a negative slope would go down left to right. So those are the two biggies that we're going to use with scatter plots. All right, so make sure that you have that. And then we are going to go into the actual scatter plots. All right, so scatter plots are a graph of plotted points that shows a possible relationship, and I know that this is a lot of words, but that's okay. A graph of plotted points that shows a possible relationship between two sets of data. All right, so that is what a scatter plot is. So an example of that may be temperature versus inches of rain. So the biggest thing you have to remember is you have to be able to give it a number value. All right. So we are going to do the quick types, and then we will go into some examples. All right. So our types would be positive correlation or trend is what you might see also. So if you have a coordinate plane, a positive trend, it's not going to be a straight line. It's going to be a bunch of dots going up as you go left to right. It's going to be a bunch of dots upwards as you go left to right. And it doesn't need to be as perfect as mine. I know I'm math, right? So I kind of have them in a line, but it doesn't need to be that. The next one is going to be a negative correlation or trend. So if, as you can imagine from a negative slope, right? This one would go down. All right. And then the last one is no trend. And that one is basically anything that has no connection to it. They're kind of all over. All right. So those are your three types.